I've been appointed with a clear remit of righting the wrongs of the past and making sure that this club is an inclusive home for aspiring players in the future. The revelations about complaints of racial discrimination and their handling at this cricket club over the past 18 months have rocked the sporting world. But let me be clear from the outset, racism or any form of discrimination is not banter. It's simply not acceptable. My heart goes out to anyone who has experienced racism or discrimination or abuse of any kind. This has been a painful and difficult period for Yorkshire County Cricket Club and all those associated with it. I thank Azeem Rafiq for his bravery in speaking out. Azeem is a whistleblower and should be praised as such, and he should never have been put through this. And I'd like to apologise to him. We're sorry for what you and your family experienced and the way in which we've handled this. What happened to you must never happen again to anyone. As an outsider coming into this situation, it's clear to me that we've handled this issue badly and the investigation was flawed. We need to learn from our mistakes and ensure the right people in place and ensure we do better. Not only in terms of the root issues of racism or discrimination, but also how as a club we deal with any issues that arise going forward. Clearly there's a problem, and I've been appointed to see if this club is institutionally racist and how we can address that. Part of my role will be to examine and be clear about what errors have been made in the handling of Azeem Rafiq's complaints, both in terms of the investigation and the actions required following it, and how we can learn from them. Another part of my role will be to examine the report, which looks at several specific instances of alleged racism, but for me, not necessarily the totality of the issue. And I'm determined to look at the pattern of behaviours which could suggest institutional racism within the club, how this manifests itself and what we can do about it. But clearly this is a complex issue, a complex situation, and it won't be easy. While some strides have been made in the area of racism across the world of sports, this episode highlights a huge amount of work that still needs to be done. There's a clear need for an urgent and seismic change, starting from within. And I'm determined to lead this club to a better and more positive future. This club should be the pinnacle of English cricket, and as a proud Yorkshireman myself, it pains me to see it in this situation. I fundamentally believe there should be a period of truth and reconciliation to get to the bottom of our culture and our processes, to learn from our mistakes and re-establish trust. I think trust is a very much used word, but in my experience, once it's shaken or broken, it's very hard to regain. It's essential that my first undertaking as chair is to listen to those who have experienced racism, experienced discrimination, experienced abuse, and to ensure their guidance is central to how we move forward as a club.